Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mark Bouvier with The Bouv OC Real Estate. Listen, it's week 2, and man, have I learned a lot this week. First of all, I want to let you know that last week I was talking about maybe sharing a little bit of my background. Well, years ago, I was a title rep, and my responsibilities as a title rep were to help my realtors become more efficient, more relevant in their market, and give them the tools so that they could achieve success. What I've come to realize in week 2 of this endeavor is that the market has changed completely since those days of doing mailers and direct mail and things of that nature. The environment and the community and the world in general has become so digital that if you don't have an approach or try to develop an approach for consistency along various lines of social media, you can't really have the impact that you would if you did. So one of the things that I want to talk to you in this video is about how important to develop the knowledge and the ability to plan out your attack on social media. But I also want to talk about something that's a little bit alarming for a new agent. And you may or may not be aware of this, and I don't want to scare you, but I think that for us, and again, this channel is designed for new agents, people like you and I that are just launching our real estate business. It doesn't matter if you've been in real estate for 25 years doing various things. Now you're a realtor, and now you're starting your walk down that road and that journey, if you will. So there's something that's going on in our marketplace that has come to my attention, and if you're not aware of it, then you're oblivious to it. And if you're oblivious to it, you can't really be a voice of the community or a voice within your farm or a knowledgeable representative in any field. So I want to talk about Zillow. And Zillow has made a concerted effort to try to become the Amazon of real estate. And what I mean is the relationship of Zillow to the real estate industry is going to be perhaps just like the relationship between your friend's boutique jewelry and Amazon. Amazon wiped out their a major percentage of their business if they weren't online and couldn't replicate the service level. The same is true what's going on in our industry. And Zillow is making it, they're taking advantage of their footprint and their advertising dollars by offering various ways to get involved with Zillow. And in essence, all of the approaches that I've found so far are to eliminate the need for a realtor. So I think that it's critical in this video, week 2, that we talk about your branding and how urgency in your branding is important. So before we can get to branding, we have to talk about your selection of the broker that you're going to go with, and maybe questions that you might want to ask going in, which are really, really key. First is you need to brand yourself as quickly as possible with the most efficiency as possible. And I feel that relying on people that have expertise in those areas are going to collapse my time frame, so that ultimately, our goal as new realtors is we need to be face-to-face with people. We need to be on Zoom calls with people, getting to know people and what their needs are so that you can do individual searches on their behalf and building relationships. But what you might want to think about is how you're branding yourself across social media. And the selection of your broker would be important, because one of the questions that I would ask is, what assistance do you provide in helping me capture what I can from this market and my personal sphere of influence? So a couple things you should be doing. You should compile a spreadsheet of all of your contacts and their email address and phone numbers. And the longer the list, the better off you are. Don't leave anybody out, because remember, it's not necessarily the person that you're sending it to. It's who do they know? We want to get to those people that are second and third generation from the person that we're actually maybe making contact with. And the way that you do that, you guys, is by being relevant in the market. And how do you establish relevancy? Well, artificially a little bit until you really get it going. And what I mean by that is through social media. So your broker should have a lot of campaigns that you could put your image on and you could start to promote yourself. That is the fastest way you can get started. Please, please, please don't get caught up in the minutia, in all of the setting up of all of the social media accounts. Let somebody else do it. Get on your way. Choose a good headshot. Always be happy when you're on film or when you're doing anything with your real estate badge on, so to speak. This is the way people come to know you, like you, trust you. And these are critical things as far as building relationships. The second thing is, with regard to outside influences, there's always going to be a new brokerage in town. There's going to be a new commission structure. There's going to be all of these different things. That's just called the environment that we're in. And to not know that Zillow is doing this and that our time frame has urgency to it, and for what reason, then you might not. You might sit back for a year, and in that year, the market could change considerably. Don't do that. If you're of the thinking that you want to get off to the fastest start you can, I told you about the front end last week. This week, it's all about branding across as many social media platforms as you can with the same image. Come up with a game plan as far as content is concerned. And then really start putting your name out there. I'll give you, for instance, so I took a picture of my business card. It's got my image on one side, and it's got the back of the card, which says thank you in advance for referrals, and then a little signature of my nickname, The Boov. Okay, so those are side by side. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my phone book, and I'm looking at my contacts, and I'm creating a message which is basically, hi, I wanted to send you my business card in case you or anybody that you know needs help. And I would consider it the greatest compliment you could give. And then I would copy that, and then I would go to the next person, and I would make sure everybody in my phone book has that card, because I want to establish the fact that I know that they have relationships. I know that they are probably working with other realtors. That's not important. What's important is that they know that I'm in the game as well. And over time, I'm going to send them information showing them that I'm a serious, professional, well-represented realtor, and can help them with a variety of their needs, if not any of their needs. Because if I can't help them, I will be their resource to get them the help that they need. And I just want to give you a disclosure that if you're going to refer somebody, I would suggest that you refer them to 3 different professionals. Always, because that way it doesn't narrow down to, if something goes wrong, well, you're the one that sent me to XYZ. You never want to be in that position, and you always want to be thinking about alleviating your vulnerability and telling the truth, being transparent, being straightforward. Another question that I'll ask you on this video is, do you have a mission statement? And if not, why? If you don't have a mission statement, in my opinion, you don't really know how you should be conducting your business on a daily basis. And that should be paramount in the way you communicate with others, the empathy that you have for their situation, and the resources that you can go to provide the solution. So I don't want to take much more time on your second video, but please tell a friend, subscribe, share this with other new agents that you think might benefit from this content and content that I'm going to create and provide for you in the future. Let's take this journey together, and remember, make your next move with the Boov. Have a great day.